Thank you, Handel. To start off your regional news this evening, we tell you that Trinidad Guardian reported Jamaican dancehall artist Buju Banton has been granted permission to enter Trinidad and Tobago this weekend for the I Am a Legend concert. The permission form was signed yesterday by Minister of National Security Stuart Young, who also gave the nod to other Jamaican artists such as Wayne Wonder and Luciano. The period granted is from April 19 to 22. The trio is guarded to perform at the Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain on April 21. The letter stated that there is no objection on grounds of security for Banton, whose real name is Mark Murray, Luciano Jeffrey McClymont, and Wayne Wonder, Von Wayne Charles. Banton was sentenced to 10 years in prison in 2011 after he was convicted in the United States of conspiracy to possess cocaine with the intent to distribute. He did not serve his full term and was released from jail last December. But Trinidad's immigration laws bar anyone from entering the country if they have a criminal record. During a Public Accounts Committee meeting on Wednesday, National Carnival Commission Chairman Winston Gypsy Peters said approximately 2,000 foreigners had already purchased tickets for Banton's concert. Over to Jamaica. Jamaican Gleaner reported that the private sector organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, President Howard Mitchell is calling for the abolition of the current foreign exchange management program and for the Jamaican dollar to be pegged to the U.S. currency. Mitchell questioned the rationale of operating the foreign exchange management program in an open economy as Jamaica's. Describing the foreign exchange management program as a fiction, Mitchell argued that small open economies benefit from having their own currency only if they succeed in anchoring to a reserve currency at an exchange rate that never varies. The JIE is designed as a global expo open to local and international companies across all industries, including tourism, construction, business processing, outsourcing, agriculture, and manufacturing, and will be held at the Montego Bay Convention Center from May 30 to June 1. At its inaugural staging in 2017, the show attracted more than 600 overseas buyers and suppliers of goods and services. According to Mitra Siga, president of the GMEA, the indication is that this year's event could be even bigger, with more than 80 exhibitors and more than 140 plus buyers from the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the Caribbean are already on board. Finally, in Barbados, the government minister who holds responsibility for the protection of the island's children is disturbed about the worrying trend of schoolgirls being impregnated by hardback men. The situation has angered Minister of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs Cynthia Ford, and she has called on parents to stop encouraging their underage pregnant daughters not to tell childcare authorities who was responsible for their pregnancy. The minister spoke out briefly about the issue this morning as she delivered remarks at the Lloyd Erskine Stanford Center for the launch of the FMH Sandy Lane Charitable Trust Helpline held. I'm one of the most disturbed mothers, grandmothers, aunties of Barbados because of our young girls who are being impregnated. Not by schoolboys alone, because I can understand that, but by hardback men. I believe this is an integral part of what we have to work towards stamping out and bring the perpetrators to justice. It is wrong. Last week, I saw about 20 of them. Granted that this year they are a little older than most years. Nobody wants a 14-year-old girl with 2 babies. I saw 2 of them last year in the same environment on the second baby at 14 years old. Where are the men? And they are not schoolboys. Most of those girls are those who are most impoverished, and they are the ones that need the help to raise the babies, Ford said. Following the launch, Ford told Barbados Today that this troubling situation cannot be allowed to continue, and indicated that while the Child Care Board, which falls under her ministry, can only do its best to investigate such cases, there was a legislation to deal with it. However, the St. Thomas Member of Parliament lamented that some parents, particularly mothers often use their influence on their daughters to convince them not to speak to authorities regarding the men involved. And that has brought us to the end of your regional news this evening. Back to you, Handel.